Welcome to the Goalpost, the podcast where it's all about long-term player development. We're here to talk soccer through a different lens, one that puts the players before the scoreboard and progress before pressure. This is all youth soccer with a purpose. All development, all the time. I'm your host, Jason Glover. Welcome back to the Goalpost, a podcast powered by the Steamers crew, where we talk about what really matters in youth soccer, developing great players and even better people. And tonight, we're going global, then local, because I want you to imagine something with me. Imagine Sao Paulo, Brazil. The graffiti, the music, the tangled wires and cracked pavement. There's a kid, maybe 8 years old, dribbling a ball bare feet between two trash cans, dodging cars, shouting with his buddies. That's Neymar. That's where he learned the game. Picture Rio de Janeiro, favelas climbing the hills, the laundry hanging from the balconies. You don't need a coach here. The streets are the coach. You learn how to shield the ball because if you don't, the older kids take it. You learn how to create space in tight areas because the field is a 6-foot alley with a dented ball. That's how Ronaldinho became Ronaldinho. Now, shift over across the ocean. Look at Amsterdam. Bikes, canals, concrete courts packed between apartment blocks. That's where Johan Cruyff grew up. Not a stadium, a street court. He didn't just learn moves, he learned how to think. He learned how to scan, to slow the game down, to create rhythm. Here's the common thread. Nobody told them what to do. They just played. And now, take it back to Columbia, Illinois. You might think, what do these global powerhouse countries, soccer capitals of the world, have to do with my 9-year-old at free play tonight? Everything? Because we kicked off the summer free play series last night, and it was, in a word, electric. No cones, no drills, no screaming coaches. Just music, soccer balls, goals, and kids who love the game. And something beautiful happened. They all seemed to have figured it out. Kids negotiated space. They organized teams. They played with older players, younger players, boys and girls mixed together. They got scored on. They celebrated. They fixed arguments. They kept playing. And parents, you watched. And you supported. And it was chaotic. That's rare and it's powerful. But it looked unorganized, right? I mean, it was a lot of kids. So let's talk about that for a second. Because I know what some of you are thinking. It was disorganized. My kid didn't know where to go. There wasn't enough structure. My kid didn't get the ball very much. Let me just tell you that chaos is the classroom. Being uncomfortable is where growth happens. As a parent, you are uncomfortable. This isn't what we thought it was. Or maybe you thought, well, my child's out there and they're not doing anything. You got that right because it was chaos. They have to learn how to adapt to this. And uncomfortableness is where growth happens. If you want creative players, you have to be okay with this mess. If you want kids who can solve problems, you have to let them have the problems. The alternative, you get players who wait for instructions, who are joysticked by coaches, who only move when told, who play to not mess up. And that's not what we're building here. Here's the deal. In today's youth sports world, everything is adult driven. There's a coach for everything. There's a specialist for everything. A 6-year-old with a trainer, a 7-year-old on nutritional diet restrictions. A tournament every weekend, a trophy, a result. But free play, it's disappearing. And yet, it's the free play that builds game IQ, bravery, creativity, self-regulation, and a love for the game. When kids show up and start playing without us as adults, they're not just developing as soccer players. They're becoming thinkers, leaders, problem solvers. They're learning how to learn. Just remember, tonight, 6:30 to 7:30, First Community Sports Complex. Fields are going to be open 6:10. If it hits 7:30 and the energy is still pumping, we're going to let them play. A couple of notes, though. It's going to be hot, so bring water. Make sure you label your child's soccer ball in a few spots. Trust me on this. We have some players that lose their soccer ball, lose their water bottle, lose their bag. It takes 15 minutes to find it. It's chaotic. It's driven to be a specific environment. Remember, parking will be tight. There's overflow parking over at Garden Place. Also, we're trying to keep the fields very similar to last night. So if your child was on a particular field, let's try to get them to the same spot again tonight. We're going to try some different formats. We're going to try different games. We're going to play with different levels. Just remember, it's your child's night. There may be some fields that are playing barefoot. Imagine that. Oh, let's go back. Brazil, barefoot, in the favelas, on the street. The foot touch of a Brazilian soccer player is directly related to playing barefoot on the beaches. So that's what we want to create. We're not here to just let this thing run out. We're trying to create a culture, an environment that supports creative players. So parents, I want to say thank you for trusting this. You brought your kids out last night and you trusted it. You didn't ask for all of this, but we're providing it. And what you witnessed last night and what you'll witness tonight and the remaining nights is more beneficial than almost any coaching session that you could have paid for. You just gave your kids a gift and you may not even recognize it just yet. It is the freedom to play. These kids, they all showed up last night. They were engaged. They followed with a lot of energy, and they played with a lot of courage. So let's evolve, parents, and let's think about what we think good looks like. Good is not just the fastest kid. It's not just the loudest or the strongest. Good is a kid who can adjust, who can play offense and defense, who can help organize teams, become a leader. Good is including a younger player if you're older. It's if a player tries a new move and fails and then tries again, that's what good looks like. This is not the traditional old model. This is a revolution. And you, as well as the parents and the coaches and the players, we're all part of it. So when your kid gets in the car and they say, I scored, I played with new kids, I played 5 games in a row, you'll know that something unimaginable is happening. It's a revolution. And we're not just building soccer players. We're raising thinkers, critical thinkers, explorers, creators. And they'll be back every night. Let them play, let them learn, and let them fall in love with the game. This is the Goalpost, powered by Steamer's Crew. All development, all the time. I'm really glad you joined us today on the Goalpost. Raising and supporting young players isn't always easy, but choosing to focus on their growth, their joy, and their character, now that's the right thing to do. You might not see the results right away, but every small moment you invest makes a big difference in your child's life. And remember, all development, all the time. That's not just a motto, it's a promise. We'll be here next time cheering with you.